Howdy. Morning. Today is the 16th of January, 2025. 16 days into the new year. And quite frankly, these 16 days have already been better than my whole last year. Well, let me backtrack a bit. First of all, my name is Shannon Collins. You know me as Blank. It's in my YouTube name. But my legal name is Shannon Collins. And I'm just a young, inspiring entrepreneur, as I like to put it. I've always been focused and fixated on trying to achieve a luxurious but also comfortable lifestyle. I don't necessarily want to be super duper rich, but I want to be to a point where, I can go into a store and buy something and not have to worry about looking at the receipt. Like, damn, it's going to put a dent in my bank account. And I've kind of had that thought process up since 2021. But for a while, I let go of it because, well, quite frankly, I jumped into 2 relationships and I ended up just kind of putting my dreams and stuff aside for that and putting myself in positions that just weren't good. But that's the thing about life. It's all about learning, going through trials and tribulations that mend you and will break you. But after you're broke, you build yourself back up. You become a stronger, more knowledgeable person about yourself and things around you and scenarios, how you can approach them and handle them. So, yeah, it's kind of like an introduction for me. I'm just gonna kind of elaborate on what to expect on the channel. First things first, what you can expect is, starting off at least, we're gonna have 3 sections. Now, I'll section these in playlists, the sections, but starting off, I'm gonna have a section of my channel where it's dedicated to me riding my bike, doing stuff like that. And then second section for the edits and stuff I like to make. And after that, it's gonna be gym, but also it's just more of a POV style type of thing. I can get on here, vibe talk with you guys, and just kind of talk how I want to, just give some input on topics and stuff that I feel strongly about. And again, like I said, the gym, I'll post obviously some edits, or maybe I end up sectioning it into 4 areas, and that's what I end up doing. Just having a gym separate, and then a POV, then my bike riding, and then edits. And the edits are more or less for just my own, like, personal hobby. I like making them. I like music, and I just like making edits. So if I can make some fire ass edits, why not? But with that being said, I'm looking to chase my dreams. I've tried maybe really one time, but I tried doing that with social media marketing, SMMA for short, some years back. I didn't really get too far into it. I didn't really even get to make a call or nothing, but because I ended up where I was doing it and the stuff I was using. I didn't have my own computer. I was using my girlfriend's and stuff, and we ended up splitting at that moment. So I ended up having to just quit all that, and that kind of right there was the killer to everything for a long while. My life just kind of went downhill for 2 years straight. Like, I just was smoking heavy, and I'm not talking cigarettes, I'm talking about weed. Like, I was smoking weed on a heavy amount. I'd wake up and bake almost every day and just game constantly. Barely show up for work. I've went through a lot of jobs, low-key, because of that. Like, I've already worked more jobs than most people will ever touch in their life. But yeah, I'm not too proud of it. But at the same time, I know what it is. There's a part of me deep down that knows that I'm built and made for more. Working a 9 to 5 never has been ideal for me. But now it's come to a realization that I do have to be able to support myself, to be able to chase what I want to do. And now what I really want to do is content creation, obviously, if you couldn't figure that one out. I've always enjoyed having a camera on me. Always enjoyed the aspect of wanting to blog my life when I'm doing the fun moments I have, because I feel like my personality, like, a lot of people can, be okay with watching, and I have such a creative mind when it comes to editing and stuff. Like, I'm just getting my first grasp of editing, and that's kind of also with the videos that, the whole playlist of editing will be for just me to practice, figure out new tricks and tips and stuff. So yeah, I'm just kind of diving all in on this, and I'm gonna go see where it goes. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Like, I just heard a quote last night. It said, what's the worst thing that can happen to you when you try to do something and you try to do it, like, in a sense of whether you're either gonna make it or you're gonna die? If you focus on something like that, then you can really achieve anything. Because if you put your mindset to, like, okay, it's either this or I die, you can also think about it in that sense of, okay, it's either I make it or nobody cares. Because if you're dead, you're not gonna care because you're dead. And no one else is gonna care about the things you're trying to do because they're worried about the fact that you're dead. You feel me? So, that was kind of like a wow. That kind of eliminated all the fear, for real, of kind of worrying about, like, damn, well, what if people don't like me doing this or this and that? And that was also a big hindering thing for me for a minute. I was so focused and fixated on the people around me and not wanting to hurt them or cause them troubles. But that version of myself has been deleted, to say the least. I'm going about life for me and myself only. I mean, yesterday, literally, I lost a friend. Not, like, dead, but he kind of just switched up on me and my whole gang. Is what we like to call ourselves. Not an actual gang, but, it's just what we call each other. Because it's a big group. But he switched up, and all because we invited him to come hang out with us. But he wanted to say some stuff and just be disrespectful. And we were trying to be mature about the situation. He didn't want to be mature because he's immature in the mind. But, we sat there trying to, reason and bring it to him in multiple approaches, But he just ended up kind of dissing all of us. And so it is what it is. But he's the same type of person that will sit there and complain about not having friends or no one wants to hang out with him. But then he does stuff like that. It's crazy. But people are gonna do what they want to do, and you can't control that. You can't let it get to your mind. It sucks. Don't get me wrong, because I was under the impression the whole time. Like, I just went and worked with him like 2 days prior to all this happening. We went and made some money together, helped move someone. I met a girl, because of it, that I would like to actually try to engage with and really see where things could be. But yeah, it's crazy how one day someone can be, right there with you, and then the next switch up and sell a bunch of shit behind your back and stuff. Like, the world's full of people like that. And that was one of my closest buddies too. So yeah, it was kind of like a family member died to me yesterday. The feeling of it, But again, it's a life, and life comes at us with multiple problems. It's all about how we attack that problem. You gotta attack it head on. You can't let it push you over and have the authority. Because once you let that happen, then that's when you let everything else get affected, and it just is a snowball effect after that. You let that pain and everything seep into other things in your life, and it can cause problems, and something that small could cause, like you problems with your lady, or or another friend or a family member, and you can be mad at that situation and then take it out on that person, and then you and that person start getting into heated arguments, and then it's a snowball. Anything can happen. But again, it's about how you attack it and how you look at the situation. You take it for what it is and realize that not everything is forever. Not everything is guaranteed. But what is guaranteed is for life to throw some tribulations at you. So, with that being said, again, it kind of sucks, but this isn't even the first time I've had to deal with this problem with a certain individual. So I kind of just came to a realization last night. Enough is enough for me. If I see this guy out in public, it's going to be respectful, being he's respectful to me. If not, he's just going to get ignored, because he's just not worth my time. But I'm not going to go out my way to be his friend no more. I'm not going to go out my way to check up on him, being I was the only one that did. That's his loss. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. So it's all about what you want to do, for real, with that. But yeah, it's been cold as of late, for sure. Still snow on the ground where I'm at, even though it's been about a week removed from the snowfall. But because it's been so cold, and then the layer of ice keeps freezing over everything, the snow probably will be here for, like, as it's going right now, at least another 2 weeks on the ground. And it's crazy how much we got, like, because I'm in Missouri. We haven't had a good snowfall in a while. Especially, like where I'm at. I'm out in between, St. Louis and Jefferson City, in the middle of nowhere. So it's crazy to see. Yeah, I've been just focused on changing my ways, quitting bad habits, getting rid of my old addictions. It's a slow process. Like, a lot of people try to attack things multiple times at one time, and I've realized that that's not the way to go about it. You gotta attack one thing at one time, and really focus on it. I mean, I'm a person who was very, very addicted to porn, and coming from someone who was as bad and devious as I was, it's possible to quit, but it's about wanting it. You gotta actually genuinely want it and hold yourself accountable. Genuinely, gotta hold yourself accountable. That's the biggest thing. Not letting yourself even have one little thought process of like, oh, it's okay, maybe we'll try again tomorrow. Can't be doing none of that. It's a today thing. Each day, wake up, same thing, same mindset. Not doing it again. I've been doing really good. Where I'm at right now, progress-wise, I haven't touched for over 2 years almost. So I can't complain. I'm very happy. I'm excited. Because now I'm getting more motivated as ever. My confidence is shooting through the sky. This has been a lot of realizations that have been hitting me left and right. But some of them are good, some of them are bad. And again, it kind of goes back to the whole, it's on how you want to approach the situation. You can approach it like everybody else does. Oh, why does this always have to happen to me? Why do I always, go through problems? Why am I the one who's always getting fucked? Literally the majority of society. That's how they go about things when things and problems come their way. But to change that, you could just simply look at it as like, okay, well, God hands the toughest situations and stuff to his, toughest soldiers. Or, you can come to the realization that it takes failure to succeed. And when you look at it like that, you can get excited about the failures because you're one more failure away from achieving that success. And if you never give up, you're bound to get to that success. It's a consistency thing, too. A lot of people want to put so much effort in, but it's not about the effort, the amount of it. It's a consistency thing. If you're just doing something a little bit each day, you're gonna get more of a progression than if you do something for a week on an extreme note. You feel me? But if you're going about it, and you're slowly doing something, but you do it for a year, that progression is going to be a lot more greater than the intense week that you had. So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on, consistency with everything that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a better job and not work at the school, which is where I'm at right now, because I don't make any good money at all. I make minimum wage at a part-time, and I work 5 hours a day. So about roughly, I'm making $1,000 a month, if I'm lucky. But since I've worked there, I've only touched 500 paydays, and I've only had 2. So, yeah, it's rough. And for a while, it was really demoralizing because I was letting that stress of like, man, I'm not getting paid what I want to be, or any of that. I was thinking about it way too much, harboring over the idea. I was like, man, I just don't want to do this. But again, as of recent, I've been trying to fix the mindset back to where it used to be, and it's there now. If anything, it's right on par, and it might be slowly, rising over to where I once was. And luckily, I have some good pals around me. We all are very goal-oriented. We know what we want to do. And that's the thing. Like, you should have people surrounded by you who are, who want what you want. And luckily, I do have that. So now it's about trying to find more people who have the lifestyle that I have, so I can maybe learn game and stuff. But that will come in time, with manifestation and actually, taking progress seriously, and each day attacking, even when you're tired. keep attacking the dream and, going for it each day. And that's what I've been doing. Right now, I'm waiting for my chest mount and my wireless mics to come in, and I'm really going to dive deep into content creation. I've been waiting, and I'm so eager. I'm checking every day, sometimes multiple times a day, because one of the package things that I'm trying to get, it could have arrived yesterday, but, it probably won't be here for another 3 days, knowing my luck. But that's all right. If that's how God wants it and wants me to be patient, then that's what we're going to do. We're going to, continue to work on the routine. Like today, I got up at 8, and I was really mad about it because I had my mind fixed at 6:30. I woke up at 6:15, but I thought I had an alarm set and woke back up, and it was 8. I was really mad. But I was like, that's good, because that goes to show, like, I'm working, and I genuinely want this. So it's a self-realization for real. I need to get back into reading. That's probably my next thing I'm gonna attack. Trying to incorporate reading and meditating for real. Meditating on the goal and trying to achieve what I genuinely want. That's kind of the whole plan and how I want to go about everything. Yeah, it's just kind of the introduction of, obviously, the POV, kind of just vibe talks area of, the channel. I hope that, you guys are also getting to it this year. With Trump being in office, there's going to be a lot of perks in about 6 to 8 months' time when things start to actually take a change. So if you guys aren't taking advantage of this time right now, then I don't know what you're doing, because you're losing out, and this might be the last chance you get. Because for all we know, the second coming of Christ can be tomorrow. And with how things are falling in line, prophecies left and right, it could be any day. So the question is are you guys prepared for that day? Are you going to be able to make it to heaven when that judgment day appears? Or are you going to reside somewhere you don't ever want to be, but because you wanted to succumb to the luxuries of, physical life, instead of putting aside and praising the Lord and letting Him be in your heart, you wanted to party and drink and do all that. You're going to let those things really, this temporary time here, really, kind of deter you away from the eternal life that's promised after. It's kind of for you guys to decide, but time is ticking, time is wasting. And if you're paying attention to anything that's been going on, you'll know. But with that being said, it's gonna be the end of this one. I'll probably be on here a little more. I do post TikToks, and I'll link that in the bio. But TikTok is gonna be shut down fairly soon, so don't know how long that will be. But with that being said, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. God bless. Continue to praise God.